This tag that's going around is your top 10 of the 1990s. At number 10, we have Reality Bites. This was a really important one to me. I actually won a massive poster for this from my local radio station, and that kind of spurred on my love for it for some reason. A lot of actors I enjoy are in here. Steve Zahn, Winona Ryder, Ginny Garofalo, Ben Stiller himself. Ethan Hawke is fantastic here. At number 9, we have School Ties. This was tied with my favorite Brendan Fraser movie, along with Encino Man, which I am crushed to report I can't seem to find in my physical media collection. Brendan Fraser was kind of typecast as a lovable oaf in the 90s, and this was one of the roles that allowed him to break free of that for a little while. It's about a working class kid who basically gets a scholarship to a prep school because he is very good at football. And when he gets there, the waspy students there discover he's Jewish, and it's kind of all downhill for him from there. The ending, however, is quite satisfying. At number 8, we have Misery. Kathy Bates won an Oscar for this, which is very rare for horror films. I still can't say the name of this director without crying, so I won't, but it is one of his better movies, and one of the better Stephen King adaptations as well. At number 7, we have the first of the 2 Jonathan Demme films that are on this list, and that is The Silence of the Lambs. Yes, something actually ranked above this. Isn't that crazy? It's definitely one of my favorites. It's kind of hard to watch very often because it is disturbing, but it's just such a well-crafted story. It's just fantastic, and one of my favorite movie endings of all time. At number 6, we have Philadelphia, also directed by Jonathan Demme. He was on quite a streak in the 90s, I would say. This is the film that won Tom Hanks's first Oscar. I would say the opera scene, you know, the one, if you've seen it, is probably largely responsible for that. It was so striking to me because I only knew him from comedies. Denzel Washington, in my opinion, should have gotten a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for this, but what are you gonna do? At number 5, we have Edward Scissorhands, directed by Tim Burton, and co-starring my favorite actress, Diane Wiest. I went to see this in the theater with my mother. I believe we saw it multiple times because we both fell in love with it. We both loved Johnny Depp, and it was just, I think everybody in this film is amazing. And what's funny is Anthony Michael Hall, he had such a transformation from, you know, the Brat Pack type movies until this that I didn't recognize him. I saw his name in the credits and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then when he showed up, I had no idea it was him. At number 4 is A League of Their Own, directed by Penny Marshall. Yes, another Tom Hanks movie, oddly enough. He's actually in 3 of these. I didn't realize he had shaped my 90s quite so much until I made this list. It's just a fantastic cast. Gina Davis is incredible here. David Strathairn plays a very lovable character, and this was the first time I had seen him, at least that I remember, and he just charmed me right away. I don't know if you saw that Watchlist Wednesday episode that was focused on him, but yeah, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite actors, and this was the first time I saw him. That's not why it's one of my favorite movies, though. That's just a coincidence. At number 3, we have Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. This movie, it's gonna sound silly to say, but it changed my life. There's a lot of messaging in there about following your dreams when you want to sing, and I did want to sing at that time, and this movie gave me the courage to do so. I actually joined 2 choirs this summer after I saw this, so It meant a lot to me, and it still does. Lauryn Hill is absolutely fantastic in this and charmed me so much, and I was very happy when she became a successful artist a couple years later. At number 2, we have That Thing You Do, written and directed by Tom Hanks, and he's also a co-star in it. This film, I think I've possibly seen the most times of any other movie, except possibly the one that's at number 1. My mother and I fell so in love with this movie that the minute it was over, we went back out to the box office, got another ticket, and went to the next showing. So that gives you some idea. I believe we went back a couple more times to see it in the theaters as well. And then we just absolutely wore out the VHS after that. And at number 1, you probably will have guessed this already, but it is The Birdcage, which, as I've mentioned before, is my second favorite film of all time. These are my Letterboxd 4 favorites, if you didn't know that. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I just thought the posters looked better that way. As I mentioned in my 7 questions video, this cast is just incredible. I mean, lightning struck here. Just the chemistry is just off the charts. Everybody involved is just brilliant. This may have been the easiest category from the tag videos so far, because I was a teenager in the 90s and movies were just, that was the thing. My mom and I went to the movies, the cinema, a lot, and it's just, these are the films we saw, you know, these are the ones that shaped me as I was growing up, so they still mean a lot to me, obviously. Thank you so much for watching. To my fellow collectors, happy hunting out there. Take care, everyone.